Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this episode, I'll be teaching you how to make this airbrushed Halloween cake. This is a collaboration video with Sugar Coda, and she's made these really sweet skeleton cupcakes for Halloween. So check that out at the end of this video if you like. Now to make the cake, I've used some yellow fondant. Reason being is because I wanted a yellow moon and not a white moon. Now I'm rolling it out to about a little bit smaller than 1/2 centimeter in thickness, adding edible glue to my cake dummy, and I've used a cake dummy for the purpose of this tutorial. And then start attaching your fondant to your cake dummy by pulling down the sides, fanning out the fondant where it's heaped, and then press it up against the cake. And just continue that process until you reach all the way to the bottom. Using your fondant smoothers, smooth it out and make sure to adhere that bottom fondant to the cake, and then trim it off with a spatula or a knife. And here mine stuck to the board because of the edible glue, but that was an easy fix. Then I've got a sticky label, non-toxic adhesive on that. And I've just cut out using a circle punch. Now I'm airbrushing the top of my cake with black. So I'm doing circular motions at the top, get a nice even coverage while I have my Lazy Susan going around. Then I'm going in with my red, overlapping where the black ended, creating a bit of a darker shade in the middle and then a little bit lighter at the bottom. So the more you hover over an area, the darker it will become. Then I went in again with my black. And I'm making sure to add a little bit of darker spots around that label so there's more of a contrast when I take it off. And I'm blending the black back into the red. So we have a nice sort of graduation there of colours. Then I'm taking off the label to reveal our beautiful yellow moon. Then I have some black gel food colour by Americana and I added in a little bit of alcohol to thin it out. And I'm using a small paintbrush to paint on my tree. And making this really close to the moon, reason being is you get a much nicer contrast when the branches sort of overlap with the yellow. And I'm making very short, kind of jerky strokes because I want it to look really eerie and not so perfect. And to create the branches, I'm using a little bit of a smaller and thinner brush, just to add a bit more detail. And again, I'm only adding going in dabs, not doing one fluid motion, otherwise it'd be really neat and kind of clean looking. That's not what we want. This is an eerie cake. So we want an eerie looking tree with really twisted branches. And I just keep building on the thicker sort of trunks, fanning out to smaller little branches. And see how well that contrasts up against that bright yellow moon? It looks the best that way. And just keep building as many branches as you like. Then your tombstone's right next to that, so kind of like a semicircle, and then just colour that in. And I kind of did the same sort of design all around the cake. Once the tombstones are done, I'm going to add a little bit of grass where the tree is, but again, kind of jerky movements, make the grass a little eerie looking, and then put on your crosses on top of your tombstones. Then I added 2 more trees around the cake, so I'm just going to quickly show you, again in very fast motion, how to do that. So again, the jerky movements, a couple of branches, building off the larger branches, just like so. And because it's black, it really gives you the emphasis on that ombre sort of colour that's happening with the yellow to the orange to the red. So it looks really cool. Then I added in a couple of birds. Just felt like the top needed a little something something. Just like so. And next I'll make the skeleton hand to go on top. So I have some fondant little tubes here and I'm making them thinner in the middle, just rolling in the middle. That way you have 2 fat ends and connect those together, and the middle's a lot skinnier, so it kind of gives off the bony kind of look. So I had 3 in total and then a teeny tiny little one where your nail would be, and that's our thumb. So I'm going to put it onto the other side. And then add little balls of fondant to make up the wrist area and combine it all. And there's a very, very, very easy skeleton hand. And let that dry for maybe an hour or so. In the meantime, make a tombstone. So I've taken a rectangle piece of black fondant, made it rounded on one end to make the tombstone. Then I'm adding some Oreo cookie crumbs at the top. That'll make like a kind of like a dirt sort of texture. Put your skeleton hand on top and just bury it under that edible dirt. And then I'm putting in my tombstone with wires. It's giving me a little bit of trouble because it is a styrofoam cake, but if it were a real cake, that'd go in really easily. And should look like that. The very last details, I'm going to paint on the rest in peace with some white Americolor gel food color. And that's how you make a very creepy looking silhouette / hand painted cake. Thanks guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and don't forget to check out the really cool video by Sugar Coda. I'll have that link in the description box below, or hopefully in this video I'll have like a little annotation that'll take you straight there. Thanks guys again for tuning in, and I will catch you next time.